Hello friends, Doug Fink, 16-time Microsoft MVP. I got a fun one today. So what you're looking at is I've got Excel up in the background and I've got a little Windows app in the front. And what it does is it's got natural language capability, and I'm going to control it from the window in front. It works with OpenAI models, and I'll type in natural language commands and we'll watch what happens in the Excel spreadsheet. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up, hit the notification bell. I'll be publishing more of these. And hang around to the end. I'll talk about how I vibe coded this. Let's make it happen. Okay, so I'm going to fire up that Excel Assistant. And what I did was I actually vibe coded this in Visual Studio Code. And I started with, I'm going to time box it for 30 minutes to build it, go through whatever issues and tweaks I wanted to do. It took me less than 30 minutes. I'll talk more about that at the end. And I vibe coded the whole 9 yards. So to start this up, I'll say open sales.xlsx. It knows what directory it's in, and it actually opens the file in Excel. And we're good to go. So now I can do some things. I can't do A to Z. This is not a full-fledged Copilot type app, but it's on its way. Not sure how long it would take me to take it to the next bunch of levels, but what you can do is I can do things like this. I can say sum units in G6, and we should get a summary of units in the G6 column. And there you go. If I click on that, double click on it, you can see it did a formula, and we're good. And I'll come back to the app and I'll say do price next to it. See what happens if we get it in H6, and there we go. And that sums up sums up price, and that looks good. And then I can say something like MK bold, and it makes those bold. And then I can say something like add total revenue, and I'm just type in REV, and I'm going to say col. See what it does. And there's the total revenue, and it should take the C3 times D3, so it multiplied the pieces correctly, and it did it all the way down for the entire all the rows in the sheet. Now I'm going to say something like show price greater than 800. Spell price right, even though it would correct that and figure it out. And it actually adds filters to the data, and it does for price, and it actually set up the price greater than 800. So we can clear that out. And that should be 99. Yep, that was a correct answer. And I can do stuff like, this is really cool. Let's see if I type in undo, what happens. Nothing. Let's try it one more, because let's do one more thing and say sum tot rev in I6. So it did undo. Well, let's see if it does that. And there's the total. And I'm going to say undo, and it should get rid of that new column, that new data it just added. So you have that full range. That's because of the natural language commands. All the messages are being saved, so there's memory for this, and it's being basically in an array of strings, and all those messages are being saved that I'm typing as a prompt, as well as what the assistant is saying. And then when I pass it back up to the AI model and say undo it, it knows how to go back and undo what it needs to. Pretty cool. So I vibe coded this. I time boxed it for 30 minutes, and when I started, it created a CLI application in Python. I didn't tell it what to code it in. I just said, hey, I want a Copilot like Excel integration where I can control Excel, similar to the way M365 Microsoft does. And I came up with a CLI application in Python using OpenPy Excel. And then I went back and said, I don't want it as a CLI. I want to be able to run Excel and then affect it the way you're seeing, so I can see the changes being made. It undid what it created with the OpenPy Excel, brought in Excel Wings, which is another Python integration to Excel, and it gave me this app. It gave me a bunch of buttons I didn't want. Had some things where I didn't like the way it opened up. You had to open up Excel and then open up the spreadsheet. And I just prompted my way saying, take the buttons off, make it all through natural commands, that you can launch the app and open the spreadsheet in one shot. And it doesn't support everything. The charts don't work exactly right. So that would need to be changed. But I can bold stuff. I can change things for currency in terms of formatting. And there's a whole bunch of other things that it does do and does support. It understands NLP because of the AI, and the AI understands the object model of Excel wings. So you get some really amazing capabilities. And I'm sure with another 30 minutes of tweaking, it would do some really amazing stuff. And down here you can see it actually keeps track of the history, where I can clear it and I can show it, and I can, if I was going to make this an application that I gave to somebody, I would rework that as well. And I would do it all, 98% of it, through prompting with Visual Studio Code and Copilot. I did do it with the Grok Fast 1 model in Visual Studio Code. I'm sure I could have gotten similar, as good as capabilities with using GPT-4.1 or one of the Anthropic models. So lots to play around with. Again, time boxed it for 30 minutes, vibe coded it. I didn't ask for unit tests, but I would go back and figure out how to put a safety net around this if I was going to ship it as a real product or as something I would give to customers or clients. Hope you like what you saw. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to see more videos when I put them out. Thanks.